Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, you know who it is. And I'm going to do a couple quick iPhone reviews today just to sort of talk about some albums that I've been planning on talking about but just haven't gotten a chance to yet, but I want to talk about them in a sort of formal single video. I want to give my opinion on the new Deathspell Omega album, which I want to get the title right here because the title of this album is so incredibly awesome. It's probably the best thing this year as far as titles go. Yeah, probably the best thing this year, I would say, in terms of an album title. And that title is The Synarchy of Molten Bones. These guys are a French death metal, black metal band, more of a fusion, sort of a fusion between those two things. And over the years, they've come out with some of the most dense and intense metal music on the fucking planet. To the point where they really sort of pushed the envelope in ways that just kind of seem commonplace today because they've been making such intricate and such complex and such dizzying music for a long time. And very abrasive, very intense. I already said intense, but still, stands to be said again because that's just how their fucking music is. Anyway, so this latest record over here, I really was hype off of their last record, which made me, and by last record I mean their last EP, which made me dive a little further into their discography and got me really excited for where the band was going to go next. And then this album drops, and I don't know, it's not terrible. I mean, certainly the band gives their usual style, a few interesting angles, a few interesting experiments here and there, like the riffs on the closing track are really intense and have some nice grooves to them, some weird, odd, off-kilter grooves to them. The horn sections and just orchestral instrumentation that kicks the album off is really stunning. And overall the mix, the instrumentation, very heavy, very thick, very pummeling, very overpowering. But the album is a little on the short side, honestly. Like, it's just over 30 minutes, and I feel like that runtime really affects it. Not only that, but I feel like the middle two tracks in the track listing here aren't really the most memorable Deathspell Omega tracks from a compositional standpoint. For sure, they're really difficult to pull together. The guitars are tangled in with the bass, which is tangled in with the drums, which are topped off with these really monstrous vocals. But again, not as memorable as stuff even on that last EP that they just came out with. And again, I feel like that shortness, that brevity on this record kind of works against it because, for Deathspell Omega, it's really about the experience of listening to their music, and sort of shortening that experience is going to have, as a result, less of an impact on the listener because, again, it's really all about kind of getting into the deepest, darkest depths of the human psyche and really kind of just crushing the soul down like a musical trash compactor of sorts. And to me, that's what's so appealing about Deathspell Omega's music. And for whatever reason, I feel like that EP that they had dropped not too long ago was more potent than this album. Yeah, I'm just not really that crazy about this record. Again, instrumentally and stylistically, the band delivers what you would expect, but this is not one of the more satisfying records in their discography, I feel. So yeah, it's a little on the short side. I think the material's a little scant, and the 4 tracks that are here on this project, not every single one of them is like amazing. If you're gonna bring just 4 tracks, they got to be your 4 best tracks, and excuse me, I feel like that's just not the case, unfortunately, for this project. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you love this EP? Or rather, I say EP because it kind of feels that way. Do you love this LP? Are you excited for what Deathspell Omega is going to do next? Do you feel like this album measures up to what the band has done recently in the past? And yeah.